Hey, welcome everybody to the Winning Spin Podcast, episode 2. I'm back with my co-host Tanya.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back. We do have a special guest today. We have Amanda from Vacation Life. Say hi, Amanda.
Wow, thanks for having me.
Awesome. And I'll give you a little bit of heads up how I was connected to Amanda. So, Vacation Life, anonymous channel on TikTok, started following me and interacting with my posts. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I decided to book a trip to Paris. And I'm like, hey, do you book Paris trips? And from there, she helped plan Rebecca and I's amazing Paris trip. And we're already looking for, I've seen these videos. I don't know if you've seen them, but Paris has snow yesterday,
Oh, yeah.
Disney Paris, and it was just covered with snow. And I'm like, oh man, I want to go back. And Rebecca was like, in the snow, it looks pretty, but you don't want to go back there. But Amanda planned that trip for us. She also is planning, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but she's planning the Casino Fanatic Cruise, the inaugural one. I'm going to be there. Rebecca's going to be there. Tanya's going to be there. Amanda,
Yeah.
you're going to be there, right?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
be there. Our whole office is gonna be there, so it's gonna
you're
be
all right. So
Huh?
we'll talk about that a little bit later about the cruise. But I just kind of wanted to, if you could just give us a little bit of an overview of like what vacation life is, and also like how is travel agencies
Mhm.
in today's world? I mean, I think even when I talked with you, I was like, are they still relevant?
Yeah.
And then I was like, holy crap. When I started to use it, I was like, I don't want to not use one for a
Yeah.
trip like that because it was so nice. So can you just
Yep.
kind of talk about that?
Yeah. So here at Vacation Life, we're all about helping you live your best vacation life. And I've been a full-time travel agent for 13 years. We offer interest repayment plans. You can book 2 to almost 3 years in advance. We do all the research for you, just like when you wanted to go to Disney Paris, you're like, "I wanna go to Disney Paris," and then we build your whole itinerary and help supply the vendors and do all the sourcing and the pricing and just really save you the time. And then we also help with people that say have a million Delta Sky Miles and they want to use some of their Sky Miles towards a vacation. We can help them use their Delta Miles and save some money on a package. So we do all kinds of stuff and we really are just your one-stop shop.
And what is the most popular, like, general
So
trip?
so right now cruises, I would say I'm doing probably one all-inclusive to every 7 cruises. And cruises right now, especially this week with Black Friday, it's just there's so many deals and there's so many ways that you can really build your package. I would say number 2 that's becoming a lot more popular is Europe. Europe was kind of put off into the back burner, but now it's kind of picking back up.
Tanya, have you ever been to an all-inclusive before?
Yeah, definitely. I've actually all inclusive in one of the destinations on our cruise stop
Cabo?
in Cabo.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Andy. Well, I think you definitely should add that on your list. There are also some all inclusives that have casinos. Not huge casinos, but they have casinos.
Yeah,
Oh,
so we
wow.
went for a 1 in 5 year. We went on a cruise. Um, and this is another interesting side of it. Where was your wedding, Tanya?
It was in Las Vegas.
It's Las
Yeah.
Vegas
It
wedding.
was
It was pretty fun.
just Adam and I, but then we found out that Andy and Rebecca had already booked a trip to Vegas, and so our trips overlapped each other. And so we asked them
Oh,
to be our witnesses at our ceremony. And no, Elvis did
oh,
not
Yeah.
marry us.
oh my
Yes.
God. I love that. That's so cool.
Yes. You even want to hear it because our anniversaries are like a week apart, our wedding anniversaries. But this is kind of off topic, but it's one of the greatest stories that I love to tell about a Las Vegas wedding. So hopefully I can share this, Tanya. But so Rebecca and Tanya were getting ready upstairs at the Paris. We were at Paris, and our job, Adam, her now husband, and me, our job was just to hang out in the casino and wait. But that's it. Pretty easy to do, right? Just hang out in the casino and wait. So we're playing slot machines, doing all this stuff. Now, Adam had some things for the wedding, including the wedding license that he was carrying with him. And he put them in between a slot machine while we were playing it. And then we got up and left and started playing everywhere else. He left the marriage license, the stuff for the wedding, in between a slot machine. Then all of a sudden, I saw a moment of panic on his face, like, "Oh my god, I don't have the license." And then we run back to the slot machine, it's gone.
Oh no.
So this is at Paris, Las Vegas, and then I call Rebecca, and I'm like, "Be calm. Don't let Tanya know. We do not know where the wedding license is. We're trying to find stuff." So we talk to security. Surveillance comes through. Then you go back behind the closed doors with surveillance, and we're talking it through, and they're trying to locate where that might have been or what we were doing. And they were like, "Well, Lost and Found's actually closed right now because it's lunch or something like that." And we're like, "Holy crap. This is going to be the end of like a good
Oh,
weekend is going to go down the
Gonna
drain."
kill him.
Then, so what they did is they called all these security people, and we roamed the casino floor at Paris. So here's a group of security agents, and we're just running through trying to find it. And then a guy who was at the restaurant for the Paris Eiffel Tower was like, "I'm assuming you have the security crew. You're probably looking for this." He had
oh,
found it and picked it up, and Lost and Found wasn't open yet, and he handed it to us.
oh my
But
gosh.
we were debating. They were waiting for us in the limo. Like they literally were in the limo, and we
We had
could
a
have not
small
had a wedding.
window. We had a small window because
Oh
the venue that
Very
we
small.
chose was like in a revolving ceremony. So you could
Oh my
only be
gosh.
like 15 minutes late or they bump you and go to the next
Oh,
wedding to get set up. But because it was just us four and we didn't have like a wedding party, and I think
yeah.
like
Oh
10
my gosh.
minutes late or getting close to that 15
Yeah.
minutes, that they let us
Yeah.
do it. But we were running during our
Oh my god.
pictures, and the camera guy was like, "Ignore her," because the lady was like, "Let's go, next wedding,"
Oh my god.
and we were running
Oh
around
my god.
laughing, but honestly got the best pictures
I love
because it
it.
was
Oh
so
my
just
god. That's a
natural.
memory. That is quite the
Yeah.
memory. Oh my gosh.
I have
All
pictures
right. So
strangling him in the limousine.
yeah.
Well,
Oh my
And
god,
the
I
one
love
thing
it.
about you, so do you plan destination weddings?
We do huge destination weddings. We do micro, small destination weddings. Some resorts are like that. It's like every hour someone's getting married, and then other resorts only allow one a day. The wedding industry is crazy.
So what is your favorite destination to book?
So my favorite destination to book is definitely Europe. I love finding the deals. And with Europe, everything is just a little bit more boutique, mom and pop family style. So it's just more fun to really get in the outskirts of some of those major cities.
Okay. Favorite city in Europe?
Oh, I know. I don't want to be too biased. I'm definitely a Mediterranean fan. I like it warm. So I'm definitely some of those coastal towns for sure.
Okay. That is
Yep.
fair. And I'm just a random question. How many cruises do you think you've been on?
Ooh, well, I would say sailed probably at least 30.
30.
Cruise ships that I've toured, oh, 100. So many. So, because we can go and we can do like a day pass on a cruise ship and just like do a whole bunch of site inspections. So that's another thing that's really great about travel agents is we kind of have that up close and personal feedback, especially with resorts. Like one of our girls in our office, Jessica, was just in Cancun and she was doing resort inspections. So, same with cruise ships, we're able to go on and really see what it's all about before we send people on certain boats.
All right. Now let's talk about the Casino Fanatic Cruise, which is happening October 20th.
So, over a year out, it's going to be so much fun. It's a great itinerary.
And we're going to be on Norwegian Cruise Lines, and we're going to be on the Norwegian Bliss. Tell me about the ship.
Yeah, so it is a new ship. It was built just a few years ago. It's one of the only cruise ships that has laser tag. This arena is quite the experience. And then this cruise ship is one of the only cruise ships by Norwegian that has a go-kart track at sea. So there's going to be so much to do from sunrise to sunset.
So we might have to have a Casino Fanatic Cruise race. It
I
might
think you
be
guys
like,
might have to have a little bracket
that's right.
competition.
Like the
Yeah.
winner gets like free play in the casino for courtesy of me. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Oh my gosh. I think you guys could do some fun activities. There's tons of stuff to do on board.
I think the
Okay.
laser
So
tag, what I saw was it looked like it was themed after like Star Wars. which was really cool setting. And then I read
Yeah,
that NCL, I think their racetrack was the first ever racetrack on a cruise ship, right?
it is. Yep, it's a record breaker. So it is quite thrilling. So even if you're not a pool person or a spa person and you don't want to go buy any art like, Andy and Rebecca, if you guys want to go and have some fun, I would definitely check out the
My
go-karts.
husband and my kiddos
Yes.
will definitely be in those 2 areas most of the time.
Yes. Well, there is a really nice pool and there's going to be tons of water slides, tons of outdoor activities too. And there's even basketball courts. There's going to be a walking track. So if you do have anyone that's really athletic, there's all kinds of yoga classes and gym classes. And then for the kids, there's a kid club and a teen club. And honestly, sometimes the teen clubs, they have so much fun that you really don't even end up seeing them the whole time. They're just all hanging out with their new friends.
Yeah. That's it looks like the ship is pretty awesome. And let's talk about it. They do have something called a casino on it. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
it is one of the largest casinos at sea.
Okay. Awesome. I may or may not, I mean, I may be spending a bit of time there. But what we're planning on doing, as far as I know, is that I'm going to be filming some videos there. We're going to be having some play, like I want to be there a lot. And people who are attending the Casino Fanatic Cruise, we're going to probably do like a group pull together and do some live
Yeah.
streaming
Yeah.
and do a lot of stuff. So it's going to be, I'm planning on this trip. Yes, it's going to be super fun. But I'm not going to sit in my room by myself all day. I'm going to be out interacting with
Yes.
people
Yeah.
and spending time on days at sea,
Yeah.
trying to have fun, play with people, make videos. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be really, really fun. So, can
Yeah.
you kind of go over the itinerary of where we're going? So, we're taking off from LA, right?
Oh,
And then
yes.
where do we go?
I will say if you're also a solo traveler, if you're a fan and if you don't, think that any of your friends or family want to go on a cruise, you can still come and have so much fun because the solo rates are pretty good and you guys are really going to be hanging out with a group. So if there's any solo travelers out there, don't hesitate to reach out because it's definitely going to be a whole group of fun.
Okay.
The itinerary starts in LA. So LA is huge. I mean, you have everything from Disneyland, you have Universal Studios in LA, but then you also have, Beverly Hills and Laguna Beach. So for anybody who's never been to California, going in a couple days earlier is definitely going to be a lot of fun. From there, we have a couple days at sea, and then we land in sunny Cabo. So Cabo, Mexico is kind of arid, a little bit on the desert side, and it has these beautiful rock formations in the ocean, which is what Cabo is famous for, in deep sea fishing. So if either of you guys are the fishermen, they definitely have some great, great catches out there.
Okay. And then we also have stops at,
Mazatlan. So Mazatlan is kind of like it's like an artsy part of Mexico. It's a little bit up and coming, so it's not going to be as packed as Cancun or Cozumel. Those places are super, super tourist focused. Mazatlan, everything is really spaced out, so you're really going to feel like you have not a lot of lines. You're going to have a lot of tours that you guys are going to feel like VIPs.
okay,
So Mazatlan's really, really pretty. And then Puerto Vallarta, one of my favorite places in Mexico. It's kind of like a tropical rainforest meets the beach. So everything is built into kind of like steep mountains and it's very, very jungle, very lush, great ATV tours, just a really beautiful part of Mexico.
sure.
Well,
So, go ahead, Tanya.
I've been to Cabo once before, and my favorite spot was going to the Cabo Wabo Sammy Hagar bar. And I went
Yeah, yeah,
there, hung out, hoping, praying that he would just pop in, which apparently he does. And I think I was
yeah,
in there for
yeah,
like an hour and a half. And I'm like, there's this really cool little bar right behind the Cabo Wabo cantina. And I sat out there, ended up drinking and having a good time outside at this little tiny
yeah.
bar. These two girls come walking up and they're like, "You guys just met Sammy." And I'm like, "No." Yeah.
Terrible. Oh no. Oh
Popped
my
in,
God.
did like two
Oh,
songs and then left. So that was sad,
oh my
but still
gosh.
pretty cool.
Well, The Cabo Marina is really, really fun. It's a great place for people watching. If you are into bar hopping or having authentic seafood, they'll literally kill the catch right in the marina and you'll go right inside and have fresh seafood. There's great shopping, all kinds of stuff in the marina. So if you're a foodie, definitely check that out.
Can you tell a little bit about the process if people want to inquire or book, kind of how
Sure.
that works?
Yeah. So we have a website, casinofanatic You can go on there and read a little bit about the itinerary and the cabins and just what have planned. And then there's a contact form. You're more than welcome to fill out a contact form, and one of our team members will reach out. Or you can give our office a call and we can walk through all the different promos that are out. The whole cruise is really customizable. It really focuses on helping families and even just solo travelers save money and have a great bundle. So we have everything from teacher discounts, police and fire, there's military, senior discounts, and then there's third and fourth guest sale free promos. So you just pay the port fees, the insurance, and then you also have buy one, get one flights is a huge promo for NCL, especially with Black Friday. So if you guys have anybody that has always wanted to go on vacation and just airfare is super expensive from where they live, that the NCL promo for buy one get one flights is a great opportunity for anybody who's ever wanted to cruise to set sail.
Okay, that's good. And so, one thing I wanted to mention, because I've talked with some of my fans about it and they've never been on a cruise before. What would you tell a first time cruiser to be mindful of? Or to ease their tensions, or to what's the first time cruiser things you need to know?
So I usually tell people that the newer and the bigger boats, you really are not going to feel the waves like you would on some of those older cruise ships from even the 90s. Just the technology today really helps stabilize. So for anybody who thinks that they get really seasick, there's tons of products out there. I know a lot of people, even some of the girls in our office, they'll take Drazamine, I want to say it's called. But for anybody who's never sailed, there's so much variety. So you're really going to feel like you're on a vacation, almost in like a mini city. You're not going to have tons of lines because there's so much opportunity to just kind of go at your own pace. There's tons of places that you can go and just walk, explore. You can even just go and hang out in the library. But there's going to be, even on board, they'll have bingo and different group activities. So there's always something to do. So if you're somebody who's never been on a cruise and you don't know if you're going to spend too much time in the room, you could always just go with, say, like an inside cabin. And then if you're not going to be in the room, then you didn't miss out on a balcony. Or if you're somebody who wants to just relax and have peace and quiet and have your own space, having a balcony is definitely a nice little upgrade. This cruise ship does not have too many ocean view windows. So, an interesting fact is that most of the windows on this cruise ship will be in restaurants. There's some in the spa. There's different areas of the cruise ship that will have the windows, but this ship is mostly balconies and inside cabins.
Okay. And then for first time people too, the cost includes food, right? The buffets,
Yes.
different types of dining. Now, not every dining. So when you look at the price of the cruise, it's like you get your hotel room essentially. You get all your meals taken
Yep.
care of. You get room service if you want it. All these types of things. So
Mhm.
when you start adding that in plus doing all those things, I think it's actually an incredible value.
It is. It's a huge value. And just to be able to just go upstairs and grab a beer and then you say you don't like that beer, you can send it back because your drink package includes, I think it's like 16 alcoholic drinks a day. So you have plenty of variety to try something new too. Even with the restaurants. So each room, depending on if it's a balcony or an inside cabin, you get a certain amount of upgraded free dining. So if you wanted to go to the Japanese steakhouse one night, that would be included. If you wanted to go to the French restaurant, that's included. So you have different reservations that you can set up for your upgraded dining perks that come with just being a Casino Fanatic group member. Good tip. Good tip.
Yeah, because
Um,
just real quick, the price, because I didn't want to speak out of terms, but the price also includes the drink package, the internet package, the port fees and
Yep.
everything. So a new cruiser might not know all those things are separate
Yeah.
as well. And then
Yeah.
staying a night before before the cruise and not trying
Mhm.
to get there the day of the cruise might be another good tip.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And one thing I'm going to
Definitely.
share too as part of this is that I actually have motion sickness, but I still love cruises
Oh,
and
yeah.
don't experience like and if I don't the newer you're right exactly the new ships we don't have those types of issues.
Yeah.
But
I
Yeah.
even
just
if
went
I
on a
was worried,
cruise and it was horrible. It was the worst. I mean, I've only been on 3, but it was a small ship and it was an older ship and
Oh,
it was
yeah. Yeah.
bad.
It's interesting because some of those smaller ships they're using to go to more of those, like, boutique ports of call, like, in the Caribbean,
Yep.
and then but, then the ship is old, so it's a rough ride
Yeah.
sometimes.
Especially in October during hurricane season,
Hurricane season, yes,
which
yes,
will be
you're
far
crazy.
away in
that's
October.
right.
Yeah.
That's why we're
Oh my god.
choosing that.
So some really great tips also for people who have never sailed before is it's always great if you arrive the day before the cruise because that gives you extra time if there's any delays. As someone who comes from Michigan and we always have crazy weather all times of year. My birthday is in April and it has snowed on my birthday. So always leaving a day before the cruise is definitely a really great suggestion. We also suggest for anybody who's never cruised before, you should get a passport. If you don't have a passport, that's totally fine. You can sail with a birth certificate as long as it's a government issued copy. It can't be like a photocopy from, your mom's safe. So it has to be a legit document. And then some other great tips is, just remember that you're going to be going with some new friends. So don't feel like you have to try to plan your whole itinerary because some of this is going to be with the group. So don't feel like you are going to be all by yourself. You're going to be with a whole bunch of new friends. What are some other really great
Well, one
new
thing I wanted to kind of
cruise?
follow up for you as well is when it comes to birth
Mhm,
certificates, it cannot be the
mhm.
one the hospital gives you.
Yes, that is correct. So it can't be like the one with your footprints and baby prints on it. It has to be the one that you would get with, say, like a raised seal. Yes.
Yes, because that
And
happened.
then,
Oh, sorry. What happened? My brother had that. He brought his twins to a cruise and just brought that birth certificate, and they're like, "You can't go on the cruise with that." And they were like,
yeah. Oh,
"What?" And they had to
yeah.
scramble and they had to call friends. They had to run to their house, get the certified one, take a picture of it, and then the
Oh my.
customs let them get on the ship with the commitment that they're FedExing the originals to the port. So when they come back, because it was a real go moment one time when we were in New Orleans and they didn't have the proper documents and they could not get out because they brought the hospital birth certificate.
Yes, and you another great example is you even with your driver's license, you still have to have a second proof of ID, so that birth certificate is what the cruise lines really require.
Yep.
Even with going to Canada, you would think that having just an enhanced driver's license, you can cruise, but it's not the case.
Yep. I'm really, really excited about this. I was a little nervous when we first were talking about it because I'm like, I don't know if people are going to want to go on a cruise with me. But it sounds like we're booking some rooms and we're going to have a really good
We are.
crowd. And I'm
Yeah.
super excited. I'm really dedicated to making this a fun time for everybody. And so if you're
Yeah.
interested, two things. Go to casinofanatic.cruises.com or you can go to Casino Fanatic Andy on Facebook. Also, make sure to follow Vacation Life on Facebook, on TikTok, and then there is also a special Facebook group for
Yes.
this cruise. So as people get
Yes.
signed up, join that group. I'm going to be interacting. I'm going to hear what people want to do. It's going to be a little dangerous though, because people, when I get together with them, like to buy me drinks, and I'm going to have to tell them like, okay, when I'm in port, you
Ah,
can
yes.
no,
Oh,
no.
yeah. And if anybody also wants to schedule a call, our office is open Monday through Saturdays, usually from 8 to 8 because we always have people traveling. So we always have somebody on call. Another benefit of doing the whole Casinos Fanatic group is that you'll have travel agents on call. So if you have any issues or if you have any questions on the trip, we're going to be there to help along the way as well.
And you also had mentioned, like I told you that I had one person who is quite the gambler and has
Yes.
free Norwegian cruise line cruises. Now,
Hmm.
they
Hmm.
still can, if they have that, they still can be
Hmm.
linked to our group, right? And participate in some of the special events.
Yes. So we do suggest that they reach out to us so then we can make sure that we have everybody linked into the Casino Fanatics group. So just scheduling a call or filling out a contact form on the website, we can take time and we can answer all the questions. We can even try and help with some of your Caesar reward questions. So if there's anybody who has a ton of points and you're looking to use some of those towards a free cruise, definitely make sure that you don't sit on any Caesar's points for the sailing.
Okay, good. All right, so now we're going to go to a different direction. So obviously,
Mhm.
your channel followed me because there's
Mhm.
some interest in casinos. Now, you do book
Yes.
casino trips as well.
Yes.
What's a popular destination?
Oh, so definitely Laughlin. That's huge. Biloxi, Atlantic City. So those are three of the major hubs. For us in Michigan, we have a ton of Detroit gamblers. So with MGM Detroit, and then right across the way, you have Caesars Windsor. So we do a lot of weekend getaways here in the Mitten. Tons of casino cruises. People really like to go on a cruise and gamble, especially at night when, say, the family's in a show or when everybody goes to bed. It's just something fun to do. When we think about Europe, we actually do quite a bit of the south of France for casino trips.
Interesting. Very interesting. Now, so you're in Michigan and there's lots
Mhm.
of casinos, and I know you're trying to get me to come to Little River, right?
Yes. So we actually are partnering with them for their Black Friday drawing, and they are giving away three $15,000 vacations. So if there's anybody in Michigan that wants to go on the Casino Fanatic Cruise, go to Little River and you might win one of our gift cards.
Oh, so if someone's in that,
Cool.
I actually was talking on my live stream the other day. I do
Yeah.
have fans that go to that casino.
Yes. So if they happen to be at Little River next weekend for the drawing, and if they have any questions about the cruise, I will be there from 5 to 10 p.m. for the drawings.
Okay. So where's your favorite destination to go for casinos
Ooh.
besides a cruise
So,
in the United States?
hmm, no, I'm a Vegas. I'm a Vegas girl. I love Vegas. I try to go at least once or twice a year. My husband and I have stayed everywhere on the strip. We're kind of venturing off the strip a little bit these days. But Vegas and with the Midwest, there's a lot of nonstop charters. So we definitely have a lot of options for going out there.
Yeah. Where off strip are you staying typically now?
So the last time off strip, we stayed at a Hilton Grand Vacation Club
Okay.
for the pool. So we had an absolute blast, and we have twin 1 year olds. So being able to have the extra space was really, really nice.
Are your kids going on the cruise?
Our kids are going on the cruise because there is daycare. And so we will be bringing our kids. And I actually have a couple casino friends that are going to bring their kids. And so
Awesome.
they're all going to be doing the baby club and the little mini kid club.
Yeah, my kids are coming too. They'll be in the kids club for sure.
We're gonna try and do a pre-Disneyland Halloween. So any Casino Fanatic fans that are also have never been to Disneyland in California, really fun opportunity for the Disneyland Halloween party.
We are
Also,
interested in that
that was a
information.
yeah.
Yeah.
Will the cruise do anything for Halloween?
Yes.
Oh,
So the cruise will have
question.
a costume competition. They'll have some type of trick or treat activity for the kids. Different types of costume competitions, even the adults. They'll have all kinds of decor decorated. The dinner, they'll try and do like some spooky table settings. So it's definitely going to be really fun, especially on a cruise for a holiday.
Oh, that's exciting because my girls were a little like, oh, we're going during Halloween. And so when I tell
Yeah.
them all the things and we could still dress up and trick or treating, I'm not going to mention
Yeah.
Disneyland in case that doesn't pan out yet, but
Oh, yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, no.
Well, Amanda, I
Mhm.
want to thank you so much for being a part of the episode 2 of the Winning Spin. And I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to the Casino Fanatic Cruise. We're partnering with Norwegian Cruise Lines, and I want them to be
Mhm.
blown away by what
Yeah.
this freighter from Wisconsin can bring to a cruise in LA. I'm
Yes,
pretty
it is
excited
gonna
about
be
that.
so much fun. I'm so excited for you guys, and Norwegian's gonna have so much fun seeing all your content. So you guys are any Casino Fanatic fans, this is a great opportunity to meet Andy and Rebecca.
I know. She's like the hidden star of the channel. All right. Well, thank you so much. Episode 2 is coming to a close. And you guys, if you please like, subscribe, follow us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify so you can get our episodes, and also comment and give us a review so we know what you would like us to talk about. So thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you next episode.
Bye.
Okay.